In this next session of Ignition, you're going to learn about a very powerful marketing model. The title of this session is called Introducing the Other E-Commerce Giant, Amazon.com. This session is going to be hosted by Steve Lindhorst, and Steve has been, quote-unquote, navigating the waters of e-commerce since 1999. After working for 2 years at eBay's San Jose headquarters, Steve spent 4 years as National eBay University instructor. He's a recognized expert on eBay and Amazon and has been a featured speaker at major seller conventions for many years. He's also an active seller on both eBay and Amazon.com. Steve's the author of the best-selling book, Selling on the River, The eBay Seller's Guide to Amazon.com. He also writes a newsletter that provides tips and advice for small online sellers at www.multichannelsurfer.com. So welcome, Steve.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Really appreciate you being here. Go ahead and take it away.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, to get started this morning, as was mentioned, we're going to talk a little bit about the other e-commerce giant. We know that eBay is one that comes to mind often, but some third-party sellers have recently discovered Amazon.com. And so what we're going to talk about this morning is what sells on Amazon. A lot of people are under the mistaken impression that it's really just a book site, and we'll talk a little more about that. Also, we'll consider 4 different reasons why selling on Amazon.com is really a very good move for online retailers. Third, we'll talk about how to open an Amazon seller account, just some of the basics on getting started, and then some of the strategies that can help you stand out from the crowd. There's millions and millions of sellers on Amazon, and we'll talk about a few ways that can help you stand out. And then finally, shipping and fulfillment of your orders. We'll discuss a little bit about the do's and don'ts of shipping your orders once you begin selling on Amazon. So first of all, we might be familiar with Amazon, especially as a book selling site. But in fact, as things have kind of progressed with the site, they really include most of the major shopping categories. For example, the media products such as books, movies, music, that's all still there. But you can also get just about anything else. There's apparel, shoes, you can get computer and electronics parts. There's digital downloads. A lot of people don't know that you can get MP3s on Amazon and buy them one at a time. Even groceries. So it's just a real wide array of products that can be purchased and sold on Amazon.com. Primarily, those items are going to be newer items or even maybe refurbished items, but generally in a box. You can sell used items on Amazon, especially when you go back to the books and music and so on. But for the most part, the best route to take for selling on Amazon is the items that are already maybe in a box. I know on eBay we used to talk about re-gifting. If we got maybe a duplicate item for a wedding present, or somebody gave us a gift during the holidays that we weren't all that all that crazy about. In fact, just about anything with a UPC code that we see the barcode on the outside of the box can be sold very easily on Amazon. Same goes for with books. There's the standard numbers, the ISBN, which is generally found in the first few pages of the book. If you have one of those numbers, it's very easy to find out if it's already on Amazon selling with other sellers, and you can add yours to the list and move products pretty easily. That helps in the areas of purchasing, say, a quantity of product and you want to sell it. If you have that UPC code or the ISBN, you can really list a tremendous amount of product and get selling really quickly on Amazon.com. Now, some of the reasons that we want to consider it is the fact that Amazon and eBay, they're kind of head-to-head with the number of shoppers per month. And in fact, we hear sometimes in the news that they're really neck and neck during the holidays. If one passes the other, it usually makes the news. So basically, by putting your products on Amazon, you're getting exposed to nearly 62 million shoppers per month, and that's a tremendous opportunity. So some of the reasons why you might want to do that, not only is it a lot of different people, these are buyers who will actually pay a bit more. Typically, the Amazon buyer is a bit more affluent. They don't have the time or the interest in maybe the auctions and a little bit longer listings that might be found, for example, on eBay. They just want to buy their product. They want to get out and move on. So that's really a benefit to a seller. If a buyer is willing to pay more on average, then you're going to make a little bit more money. The idea, too, that I want to stress up front is that there's really a place for all these different marketplaces. There's Amazon, eBay, your own websites or stores. All of those channels should be used if possible because it's really a different group of shoppers on each one of those sites. Not everybody shops on all the different channels. So another reason that we want to consider Amazon would be the low upfront cost. There's a very low hurdle to get into selling on Amazon. In fact, for most sellers, there'll be no listing fees to list your items on the site. And that's very attractive. That way it's a very low risk as far as listing a fair amount of inventory. And then you only will pay a fee when you sell. And we'll talk a little bit more about fees as we go on. And then fourth reason to use Amazon is really just the ease of use. Once you get familiar with it, just like anything else, it's very easy and quick to list a lot of product and get started and get people to start buying your products and start to actually make money. Okay, so let's look a little bit now at how to open an Amazon seller account. Now, when you first sign up, you're going to see a screen very similar to this. When you go to the URL that's mentioned there, amazonservices.com, and you'll have a choice, and it mentions there are the two yellow buttons on the top of the box there. One says sign up to sell non-media, and the one below it says sign up to sell media. And the reason is when Amazon started, they allowed people to sell, first of all, in the Amazon marketplace, and that typically deals with books, movies, and music, and the media products. And that's where third-party sellers like us were welcomed. Eventually, though, they opened the site up to other types of merchandise, so we could sell anything from barbecue grills to socks if we want. So that would be called Seller Central. There's sort of like two marketplaces in Amazon. That probably won't always be the case, but at this time, that's kind of how it stands. So you want to think a little bit about where you want to start. Where do you want to sort of plant your flag? If you decide, I'm going to sell in Seller Central, you can still sell books and movies, but you just want to pick the one that's going to primarily fit your business and what you plan on selling. So you choose one of those, and then you're going to go forward there, and you're going to have an opportunity to choose a different type of account, either an individual seller or a pro merchant account. And the differences between those two accounts is going to be obvious to you as we look at this slide. The individual seller is a pretty much basic starter seller. It's free to list products on Amazon. The fact is, though, you can only list or sell things that are already on Amazon for sale. For example, if you had a pair of shoes that you wanted to sell on Amazon, might be a bad example. Let me pick a different one.